Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Before starting, subscribe and like the videos, it really helps a lot. The content from this video are taken from the web novel and manga series of Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation. Now please enjoy the video. Part 2. If I'm troubled, then I consult Fitts senpai for help. Lately I've fallen into something like a pattern. Fitts senpai is knowledgeable after all, and will reply properly for most problems. Wow, wait a moment. Doesn't this mean that those two girls are in your room right now, Rudeus-kun? They are, please be at ease. I've properly made sure they have an excuse for missing classes today, and have contacted the school. That's, by catching 'em, that is, in other words, right now those girls are confined together in a room with Zanoba-kun. Oh, so you could see it like that. Two Kemonomimi Bishoujo are being confined, I think it was on my previous life's list of things to do before I die. But what I wanted to do back in the day was a step beyond this, a step that I don't have the ability to take at the moment. Rudeus-kun, that, after you confined them, did you, Fitts senpai's face was bright red and he was looking at me a bit like he didn't know me or something. No good, he seems to have misunderstood. No, I haven't done anything sexual, you know. Really? At the most I rubbed their chest a little. Why, you touched their chest? Yeah, I had something I wanted to test out, so. Question mark. You didn't touch them with that kind of meaning in mind. What kind of meaning is that kind of meaning? No, in other words, he's asking if I was touching them with something sexual in mind. Broadly speaking, you can certainly take it that way. However, from my point of view, in the end it's just for the sake of medical treatment and was just an experiment. I don't think it was that kind of meaning. Fitts senpai looked a little relieved. I see. But that'll be a problem, you know. Even if they're like that, they're still the daughters of Rudeus clan chiefs after all. Please be at ease. The clan chief and the chief warrior are acquaintances, after all. Really? Yes. As long as I say something like, they were slacking off in school so I had to whip them into shape, I'm sure they'll understand. How did they become your acquaintances? The Rudeus clan are really seclusive, so it's rare to be able to meet someone like the clan chief, you know. I told Fitts senpai about the incident in the Great Forest. It was a pretty shameful episode of my life if you ask me. Saving children and then being caught, and after that being liberated and spending each day playing with a dog and such, or making figurines. It was that kind of lifestyle after all. You're amazing, aren't you, Rudeus-kun? Thought it was a shameful story. Fitts senpai let out a breath of admiration. Just what part of that story was amazing exactly? For the holy beast to become attached to you. I see. Now that it's mentioned, just why did holy beast Sama come over to me anyway? I get that it was Jisu's fault, but there's no way that it really came to like me. Even though it's just a mongrel, it seems to at least understand that I saved it, You can't let a beast person hear you talking like that, okay? Obviously, if someone called Roxy a filthy demon or something and made fun of her in front of me, I'd get angry after all. I intend to clearly avoid crossing the line. Anyway, please lend me your wisdom again, Fitts senpai. A punishment that'll satisfy me and get rid of my resentment, but isn't so harsh so that they won't seek revenge from me. Do you have any ideas? That's a difficult question, Even so, Fitts senpai went, as he was thinking. I had thought that he'd have asked me to release them immediately though. I'm the same, you know. I can't forgive people that gang up on others, snatch away their belongings and destroy them. Or so he said. I completely agree. Incidentally, he and Zanoba have become close enough to greet each other when passing by. Hearing about what happened to an acquaintance, he got angry as well. I had thought so while we were buying slaves as well, but Fitts senpai might have a strong sense of justice. Alright, I've got a good idea. Since a line like that is usually bad news, I decide it best not to say anything. Well, whatever. And so our investigation finishes early that day, and Fitts senpai and I head back to the room together. Part 3. When I return to the room, I find that a sharp smell is wafting about. The bed is wet. It completely stinks. Persena and Ranoa are completely out of it, and have no strength left. It might have been better to let them use the toilet at least. Since it really was unpleasant, I used magic to dry them. I opened up the windows for some air, and removing their soiled panties and skirts, wiped them clean. The clothes end up laundered. Just to mention it, since they aren't completely naked, it should be fine. Thinking this, I had a look at their expressions to check, but the two of them had completely resigned themselves to everything. At least you could have just treated us violently NYA, but if you were going to keep us like pets in your room, you could have at least undone the handcuffs NYA. It's really tough being able to move NYA. I won't run away, so please NYA. It seems that for a cat type like her, being restrained for about 24 hours was really tough. We'll be good girls, so at least let us eat please. I won't bark at night, I won't bite either, I wanna eat meat, I'm hungry Nano. I didn't notice up until now, but this one seems to be a glutton character. Thinking about it, when we first met she was eating meat, wasn't she? Still, to give up after just one day, it might really be because she had nothing to eat. When you're hungry, you become weak-hearted after all. I undo their handcuffs. When I do, the two of them kneel in front of me. Because they're not wearing anything below, it's outrageously erotic. My lips unconsciously extend into a perverted smile. Unfortunately the thing downstairs doesn't extend as well. Rudeus-kun, it's the voice of Fitts senpai who's right beside me, washing their skirts and panties. Since the two of them do seem to have reflected, I wonder if it wouldn't be best to forgive them already. Though you might not have calmed down yet, not being able to move for a whole day is really tough Since this is a man's dorm, there are lots of hungry men around, so the two of them must have been scared too. Right NYA. Every time I heard footsteps I thought it was all over for me Nano. No, as far as I know there shouldn't be that many hungry men around at all. We're allowed to go outside, and if you were starving for women you could just head to the red light district or something, and lately all of the first years are fine because of the rumored man-eating elf. Or was it dangerous for them because they've made a lot of enemies? But there might be a lot of people who would just sell them off to a slave merchant if they found two girls bound like this. From now on we'll listen to what you say NYA, we'll become your henchmen NYA. That's why please forgive us Nano. The two of them are pretty regretful. At least they look regretful. It's not like I have any absurd requests for you, but I won't forgive you if you make light of Roxy. Just saying that was enough to cause the two to turn ghastly pale and nod repeatedly. Of course, NYA. It wouldn't be strange even if we were killed after making fun of someone else's god NYA. I suddenly remembered the terror of being chased by the Order of the Temple. When I told them that I had family in the Order of the Temple as well, the two of them became even more pale. It seems that the saying about having money and connections was right. After a little while, the laundry is done and the two of them happily put on their clothing. Just why is the action of putting on panties so arousing? To me it's even more erotic than watching them take them off. They've learned their place and put on their clothes. Because of this, their attitude returned. Even if I said that we'd listen to what you say, I won't do anything like making babies with you NYA. That kind of thing is for after we've properly dated and married NYA. That's right. But it's fine if you just want to touch Rinia's boobs a little Nano. Right NYA, if it's fine if you just want to, why me NYA? I'm expensive. If you gave me expensive meat, Nano. Though these two girls are delinquents, they're relatively chaste. As expected of princesses. Still, half of that meek attitude from before was acting, As long as they've really reflected then it's fine but, that's right, Rudeus-kun. Be careful of being ambushed, okay. At Fitts senpai's words, the two of them made shocked expressions. NYA. Hang on, Fitts, don't say weird things NYA. That's right. Boss is a messed up fiend of a man NYA, if we lose again who knows what would happen to us, so just who would do something like that? Just who is a fiend of a man? That's a really horrible way of putting it. But if they're this scared of me, then at least I'll be able to sleep soundly at night. Boss, can we go yet Nano? Persena tilts her head slightly as she asks. Which reminds me, what's this, boss, business? Not that I mind. I'm hungry, so I wanna go back Nano, to eat meat. Right NYA, we haven't eaten or drunk since yesterday evening nya, what's with that? It's like I'm the bad guy here. Have they really reflected enough? It seems like they haven't reflected enough, huh? The one who said that was Fitts senpai. Fitts, this has nothing to with you NYA. That's right, like, Faku Nano, Fitts senpai has become a little shocked. I shouted, you two, Caesar. The two of them unwillingly sit down. Fitts senpai produced a bottle from his chest. It's a bottle with black paint inside. Then he produces a brush. This is what you'd call a good idea. That's it guys, thank you for watching, subscribe if you want more and don't forget to like the videos.